Good morning everybody and welcome back to your next maths lesson. Today we're going to be learning about multiplying two-digit numbers. We're going to start with an in focus task today, and your in focus task is how many oranges are there in the four boxes all together. So my first question to you is, what does all together mean? Can you pause the video now and have a think for me, please? Great, so hopefully you had a thought about what all together means. So all together means we need to work out how many there are when we add them all up. So we've got four boxes of 20. Now I could do 20, add 20, add 20, add 20. Or there might be a more efficient way, a quicker way of working this out. Have a quick think for me. What might be a quicker way of working this out? Okay, well done. So what we can do is we can do 20 times by 4. Now I'm not too sure what 20 times by 4 actually is. So what I'm going to do is think about, is there a way that I could work out 20 times 4 by writing another number sentence? Have a think. Okay, well done. So what I could do is 2 times 4 equals, well, 2 times 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, brilliant. Now what I did to work out 2 times 4, I worked out it was 8, but I need to work out 20 times 4. Now how I did that when I worked out 2 times 4 is I divided 20 by 10 to get to 2. So I had 2 times 4 equals 8 because that made it a lot easier for me to work out. So now to work out the answer, I'm going to have to times my answer by 10 to work out 20 times 4. So 8 times 10 is 80. And that's the answer to how many oranges I have all together. Okay, so here we're shown how to work it out. So what they're saying we should be doing is multiplying two ones by 4. So these blocks here represent 1. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. That's what we worked out as well. 2 times 4 equals 8. Remember, this is the ones column. Now underneath, it's showing us that actually what we're trying to work out here is we're multiplying two tens by 4. So instead of having our ones, we've got two tens. So we can count up 20, 40, 60, 80. 20 times 4 equals 80. And it shows us here, the red zeros are showing us that what we've done is multiply this number sentence by 10. We've made it 10 times bigger, so the answer is going to be 10 times bigger than this answer. There are 80 oranges in the four boxes all together. Okay, now it's time for the guided practice. What I would like you to do is open up a new page in your journal or on some squared paper if you've got some squared paper, and I'd like you to work out the answer to question 1. So question 1, the first part is 3 times 4. Can you pause the video now and work out 3 times 4? You need to write this number sentence on your paper and make sure there is one digit per box. Brilliant. Okay, so 3 times 4, we've got 4, 8, 12. The answer is 12. Now what I want you to think about is, how can I use this number sentence to help me work out the answer to this number sentence? 3 times 40 equals what? Okay, so instead of having 4 ones this time, I've got 4 tens. Well done. So 3 times 4 tens. 40, 80, 120. Now remember, what I've done is I've made my answer 10 times bigger, and that's why you can see these extra zeros have been put on the end of our number. Okay, so 4 times 8. 4 times 8 tens. 4 times 8. So I've got 8, 16, 24, 32. So I'm going to write 32 in this box. Now, what they're telling me is 4 times 8 tens instead of 4 times 8 ones. So I need to work out how many tens I've got altogether. Well, what I can do is multiply this answer by 10, which will be 320. Now remember, when you multiply by 10, it doesn't always mean that it's going to end in a 0, but in this case, we've got our zeros there. Okay, so now our next questions are 3 times 20, 3 times 40, 3 times 80. Can you have a go at these questions now, please, and pause the video? Okay, so 3 times 20. Well, as you can see, I've underlined 3 times, and instead of underlining the 20, I've underlined the 2 in the tens column. 3 times 2 equals 6. But I need to times my answer by 10 to work out what the answer is going to be. 3 times 2 is 6, times by 10 is 60. Okay. 3 times 40. Well, I can use 3 times 4 to help me. 3 times 4 is 12. If I times it by 10, my answer is 120. 3 times 8. Okay, so I've got 8, 16, 24, but then hold on, I need to times my answer by 10 to make it 240. Have a think, how could that help us work out 3 times 30? Okay, so these first two questions are actually really useful because they're the 3 times table. So I know 6 is in the 3 times table and 12 is in the 3 times table. So I'm going to work out what comes in between. 3 times 3 equals 9, but then don't forget to times it by 10 to make 90. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to doing the worksheet. So can you open up your Maths No Problem book to page 115, please? Okay, so remember, we're using the first number sentence to help us work out the second number sentence because it's going to be 10 times bigger, and that's represented below in the pictures. Use the pictures to help you. So if we have a look at the first one together, it should be 2 times 3. So I can see here that I've got 3 cubes and I've got 2 lots of 3 cubes. Let's count how many cubes I've got all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But hold on a second, I could do that a quicker way. I could work out 3, 6 by using my 3 times table. So your answer for the first question will be 6. Then what I want you to do is realise that if you times that by 10, you'll be able to work out 2 times 30. Have a go now, please. The answers are going to be on the next slide for you to have a look at. Okay, well done everybody. We're now going to go through the answers. So the first answer to 1A is 2 times 3 equals 6. So if we know that 2 times 30 equals 60. Question B, 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 40 equals 200. C, 6 times 8 equals 48. 60 times 8 equals 480. D, 9 times 3 equals 27. 90 times 3 equals 270. Okay, moving on to the next page, which is page 116. You should have got the answer 120, 200, 280, 320, 400, 160, 320, 480, 640, 720. C, 90, 150, 210, 240, 300. D, 120, 160, 240, 280, 360. Well done everybody, you've worked really hard today. If you're looking for a challenge, what I've done is I've gathered some mastery questions on the next page that you can have a go at. If you would only like to have a go at 1 or 2, that's fine. If you would like to have a go at all of them, that's also brilliant. Make sure that you post your answers onto Dojo because we love to see all your hard work that you've been doing. The answers to the mastery will be on the next slide. Here are the answers to the mastery. You can pause the video and read their explanations. Okay, I'm just going to choose one of the questions to talk through. So I'm going to look at this one over here. I know that when multiplying 3 times 4, 40 is 10 times bigger than 4. So my answer will also be 10 times bigger. So I know Safe is correct because I know 3 times 4 equals 12. So if he has 3 times 40, then his answer will be 10 times bigger because 4 has become 10 times bigger when we have written that number sentence. So it's basically what we've been learning this whole lesson, and therefore Safe is correct. If you would like to show how you've proved this, please post your answer on Dojo. Well done everybody, that's the end of today's lesson. Make sure that you join us tomorrow for your next lesson. Fantastic work today, well done.